Okay, so this is not it's not a big deal. It's basically just of course it's associated with the business aspects of designing, the ins and outs of customer client relations,
Right.
legalities, billing, all that sort of stuff. So it's basically just sort of an overview examination of people who are involved in design-related businesses
Yeah.
and how they're changing or how their marketing or promotional approaches have, well, I assume, undergone a change in the past maybe 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to, it's not really the focus, it's basically just sort of data gathering. I mean, if that has happened, if it hasn't, that's not really the point.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'll skip the first question because I mean, I have all your information, I know how your business is oriented, but touching on that idea of the design aspect of the business, I mean, obviously you're involved in production of objects,
Yeah.
making of objects,
Yeah.
but to what extent do you incorporate, or to what extent do you see the design aspect of what you do here? To what extent is that key to the business? Like, how would you frame that element to the client or
Right.
the public? How much of an emphasis is on the design aspect of
Yeah.
what you do?
Well, it does play a pretty important role because a lot of our clients don't have an idea specifically of what it is they want.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, hardly ever do they come in with a very specific, here's exactly what I need plan.
Right.
So we are usually involved with a portion of the design, and often are involved with 100% of the design. They'll just have an idea of, we need a gun or we need a tablet, and they'll start with, here's this phone that we want to use, or here's the size it needs to be to fit into this room or whatever, and then we'll go with it from there. So the reason that the clients are coming here, I think, is because there aren't shops that do that kind of thing. Most shops rely on the idea that an art department is going to provide them with a completed design that they can build. I do all of the design as a part of the finished product, and that price is built into the prop that they're getting.
Mm-hmm. Just, I mean, I sort of know the answers to some of these, but it's
Sure.
I have
You
to
gotta
go
ask,
through
yeah.
it's for other people as well. So,
Yeah.
And as far as advertising this aspect, I mean, how important is that element as far as the image of the company goes?
It's something that I use in promotion. Like that's right on the front page of the website, saying we can be involved as much or as little as the client needs.
Right.
So either, and basically it spells it out. They can bring us the design, or we can look after the whole thing. Like that's page 1 on the website, and that's a big thing. Like, turnaround times are so fast that there usually isn't time for an art department to either get us drawings or for us to do designs and then send them for approval and then get back feedback, make modifications, and then build. Clients are trusting us to design sight unseen, to design and build their props.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So next question, basically, as an independent owner and operator, basically, of a design-related business that's relatively small, do you feel that you're at an advantage or disadvantage in comparison to, say, a company that has a dedicated resources, people,
Right.
budget for that design aspect? Or is it, I mean, it doesn't have to be an advantage, it could be a disadvantage.
Well, I think it actually is an advantage. We don't have the deep pockets that a larger company would.
Mm-hmm.
But because we don't have that fixed infrastructure of here's the design process, where a client comes in with an idea and that goes to the design department and they'll noodle it for a little while and then send me designs to approve or make revisions on, and then they'll work on again. Because everything's coming from me, it's a very streamlined process, and it is really just me saying to Dave or whoever's operating the computer that day, here's what I want, and make that bigger, make that smaller, use this pattern. We can turn things around fast. With the kind of jobs we're doing, fast turnaround is critical.
Mm-hmm.
If we were when we're doing visual effects work, miniatures and things like that, then it's a much longer process and there's much more involvement from the art department, the production side art department. When it's props, because it's a much shorter turnaround time, there's almost no involvement from their art department. And